wanted to talk to you guys about something that I find super hilarious, actually. So yesterday, I was on my way. I had to drive to Washington for work, and so I'm on my way. I leave the shop. I'm like, all right, I'm going, and then I end up forgetting my gas card, and I'm like, shit, I can't go like 100 miles away without my gas card, you know. So I was like, crap, I have to go back to the shop. Go back, and I'm like, all right, it's smooth sailing from here. I go get gas, then I hit the freeway, right? And as soon as I hit the freeway, like, it felt like very, like, as soon as I hit the freeway, like, it was very quickly, both of my back tires went flat. And I was like, oh shit. So I'm pulling over, and then my coworker has to come grab the tires, take them, you know, get them fixed and stuff, come back, and then my boss, like, then I continue on, you know. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna keep going. My boss sets me up, and he's like, actually, I'm gonna have you come back to the shop. We could do this trip tomorrow, right? And I was like, okay. And everybody I've talked to, you know, about this would just basically just work people. And they've all had the same fucking response. They're like, wow, that's like really bad luck. And me, I don't believe in that. I don't believe that it's bad luck. I think it's actually super good luck. And the reason why is, like, there's a reason I wasn't supposed to go to Washington yesterday. I don't know. It was something going on in the ethers, but, you know, I could have avoided a serious crash or a shootout or something stupid. You know, I don't know what was avoided yesterday, and to me, that's a blessing. I don't know what I was protected from, but it was definitely I was protected because every time I tried to make my way to Washington, something stopped me. Something was like, no, we're not doing this. To me, that doesn't feel like bad luck. That feels like the universe is on my side saying, don't do it, don't go. And it's funny because on my way back, the final trip back to the shop, that song, you got the music in you, don't give up, da, 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 came on, right? And there's like this, there's this part of the song where he sings, you've got a reason to live, don't give up, you only get what you give. You know, whatever, great song, I love it. But that kept, you know, it played, and then even throughout the day I kept coming back to my mind, like, you got a reason to live. And I feel like 100% that the best thing that could have happened to me yesterday is that everything stopped me from going to Washington. And I find it so funny that everybody else's perspective, you know, is like, oh man, that's such bad luck. I'm like, I think, you know what would have been really bad luck is if, like, what if I did go to Washington and I ended up in a pileup on the freeway or some shit, you know? What if, you know, what if something super horrible happened as a result of me going to Washington? I think that would have been really bad luck. Because, you know, at the end of the day, it's not like me going to Washington was like super great luck to start with, you know. It's just work. It's just doing the job. So I don't know. I after having this experience, I wanted to share with you guys about the way that we look at certain situations and the way that our perception could actually be limiting for us. Because You know, when there's obstacles in the way, when there are things that are literally telling you, don't fucking do it, don't go, don't, you know, everything's trying to stop you, then usually there's something bigger that you can't perceive, right? There's something so big that, you know, and I mean, on this freeway that I'd have to take, there's wrecks almost every day. You know, there's bad shit that happens over here. It's not like, you know, I'm traveling the safest route. I don't think that you can travel the safest route when there's other humans involved, right? But yeah, so maybe instead of looking at situations like it's bad luck or a bad thing that obstacles got in the way, it stopped you from going forward, stopped you from, you know, doing what you were doing. Like, maybe instead of looking at it as bad luck, maybe you look at it as good luck. You know, I mean, if you're gonna believe in luck at all, you know, believe that, you know, everything's working in your favor. Keep that mindset. You know, that mindset is golden. It's golden. It makes all the difference between having a really good day and a really bad day. Because I spent the rest of the day having a really good fucking day. And whereas if I had the mindset of everybody else that I talked to about this, if I had that, you know, that narrative in my brain saying bad luck, then I probably would have went through the whole day having a terrible day. And like, oh, I got 2 flat tires and I couldn't even go the first time because my gas card and everything's getting in the way of me doing a job that is going to get done regardless. If there's obstacles one day, you know, it's going to get done. If it's me or somebody else, it really wasn't that big of a deal. But I could have made it that big of a deal. You know, I could have used that to stay in the victim mentality that the world is against me and everything is getting in my way. And it's, you know, because honestly, that's not the way the universe really operates, right? The universe doesn't operate just to get in your way for no fucking reason. There are reasons for everything. I believe that. Like, if I'm here, you know, to tell the tale, then I feel that that's part of that reason, you know? And, you know, I think too, like, this goes with our social conditioning, you know, like, where we're raised to believe that, like, all, you know, that only when the path is clear and we get a straight shot to whatever we want, that's the best luck. And I disagree with that, because if I had a straight shot, the road clear, with, you know, from, you know, the get-go, like, say, let's use another example. But for example, like, say I did get a job in the field that I got a degree in, right? Say that I got a job in that and I was, you know, able to pay all my bills and do all that stuff using just that. I wouldn't be here doing this, you know, and I wouldn't have discovered, like, my passion for art in the way that I want to proceed with art professionally. You know, I wouldn't have had that eye-opening experience, because it took me working jobs that weren't fulfilling, right? That weren't filling my soul. It took me working just grind jobs, right? Just heavy lifting, all that shit. It took me working out in the trenches for me to be like, you know what, I really would rather do? I'd rather draw on people for the rest of my fucking life and share my messages, right? Well, not my messages, the divine messages that come through me. want the freedom to be able to, you know, make several videos a day for you guys. Like, that would be sick. And there was a time when I had that, and unfortunately only 20 people were following me at that time, so y'all missed out on when I was just rapid firing videos, because I've been on this journey for like a couple of years, bro. Like, and I know, like, to, you know, the new subscribers and people who are coming in just now, they're like, man, this girl does not post a lot. Well, yeah, I'm working like 50 hours a week, bro. And on top of that, I'm taking classes to chase my dreams and being a mom. I got a lot of shit going on. But I, like, am dedicated to also doing this channel, you know, where we talk about philosophy, spirituality, the tarot readings. You know, this channel originated as a vlog, as a philosophy vlog. I wasn't even trying to be no tarot reader. I loved tarot, right? I loved it, but I wasn't trying to be that. Like, it wasn't on the agenda. I would do my own readings every day, you know, and I was making my own tarot deck. And so one day, I think it was around New Year's. I think it was New Year's. I went to my brother's house for a New Year's party, you know, and his stepkids, you know, they discovered the fact that I was making a tarot deck, and, you know, me being the cool auntie, I was like, after a couple shots, you know, I was like, you know what, why don't we just bust it out? You guys want to see the pictures? You want to see what I've been working on, you know? And they're like, yeah, and, you know, they're older, they're not like little kids, they're like between 16 and 24, so they're older, you know, and so I was bonding with the nieces and nephews, and I was like, all right, let's do this, let's bust them out. And then they started asking me to do a reading, and I was like, I ain't never done a reading for nobody in my life except me. And to me, that was really intimidating, to do like live personal readings from the get-go, just bam. And I fell in love with it. I ended up sitting there for 5 hours just getting drunk and reading tarot. And shit, that was like the best. And honestly, if I hadn't had the obstacles that got in the way in life, if I hadn't had the mishaps that I've had, there's no fucking way I'd be doing this. You know, there's no way. I'd be off doing something else, you know? And so I'm really fucking grateful for the obstacles and the shit that got in the way, the shit that stopped my plans, because there was a bigger plan for my life that I couldn't see, right? That I didn't have vision for at the time. And, you know, it was the next day after that party, I just woke up and I was like, fuck it, we're doing tarot. And so I started doing tarot, busting them out for my channel. That was super sick. Like, I mean, it's still super sick. Every time I do a reading, it's super sick, because I feel like, you know, like God and I are having a whole discussion about your life, like, you know, what's going on in your shit. Like, what a beautiful quantum entanglement we're in, right? And finding my soul tribe, bro, like, that's it, man. That's the life, right? That's what all this is about, I feel like, because the more I connect with you guys, the more I get to know you guys. Like, some of you I get to know you personally, right? Like, Cornell even came to one of my pop-up tarot reading things, and he gifted me my Kali Oracle deck, you know? And like, so you know, like, it's not like I'm just interacting with strangers here. To me, you guys are my soul family. You guys are people that resonate with my soul. If we're connecting on this level, we resonate with each other. We're quantum entangled, bro. And that's nice. And it's a nice feeling of belonging and community that I just could not have predicted for myself, right? It's like, there ain't no way I would have predicted this for myself. And it's challenged me to be better, to make better decisions in life. Hell yeah, I've made mistakes even in the meantime. Even in the meantime, I've fucked up in my journey, but that's what we do, right? We fuck up, we learn, we create our own obstacles sometimes, and we get fucking better. And that's the whole thing about this journey. It's all about Excelsior, right? It's about that exponential growth, you know, onward and upward, ever upward. That's what Excelsior means. Ever upward, always, onward and upward, right? And it's like, even with, you know, things that might get in the way. The thing about, you know, like, what you're meant to do and who you're meant to be, and if you're meant to be with somebody, that too. The thing about all that is, if you're meant to be it, if you're meant to have it, if you're meant to do that, then nothing will stop that from happening, right? Nothing will stop that from happening. And I mean, there was literally not many reasons for me to not, you know, continue on my education, because I had just finished the first 3 years of college. I got my transfer degree to be a biological anthropologist, and which is helping me with the art that I'm pursuing now, you know, tattooing and stuff. But because there's a lot of biology involved in that. The thing about it, though, is, you know, like, there wasn't much in the way except for the debts I was, you know, getting, the fact that I was a new mom, and there was a lot going on. I was trying to save a relationship, you know, so I put my own dreams on the back burner, but ultimately they ended up not really being my dreams. It's not like I'm super passionate about carbon dating and doing paperwork, you know. I wanted answers more than anything, and I think that's what most scientists are pursuing when they pursue a degree in science. We want answers. We want to know, okay? We don't care if you know. We want to know. And so that's what I was about. I just wanted to know shit. And the deeper I went on that, it's not like I ever stopped being a scientist, right? It's not like I ever stopped inquiring and being curious, educating myself. In fact, one of my soul fam, Professor Beckman, who's on, who you'll periodically probably see him commenting on my stuff. I actually found his channel first, and he was doing this video on Nietzsche for assholes or something. I don't know, but I loved it. I was like, hell yes, this is the best. I fucking love this. And then I'll even watch his lectures on biological sciences and stuff. So it really, the journey doesn't end, right? If it's in you, you're gonna do it, with or without that job title. And so for me, I really wanted that, but then on a professional level, I realized that that didn't fit with my life and who I am and who I was becoming, because I was going through so many changes. And it's like, the decisions you make in your early 20s are never really the decisions that you want for the rest of your life. That's something I learned, right? They're not the ones. So, you know, I think the 20s are a perfect time to just figure yourself out, test out life, you know, try out a few different jobs, many different things. Give yourself that freedom, you know? Because I really needed that. It wasn't until my 30s, 33 to be exact, where I became very certain of myself and where I want to go and what I want to do and what I'm here for. Because I'm not just here for a good time, I'm here for fucking work too, you know? So, yeah. And for me, it took a lot to get where I'm at, to make the decisions I've made, to grow into the person I am. And I think if I were to give anybody advice, at least, I mean, I'm gonna give you guys advice regardless, but the advice I'm giving you now is change your mindset, right? Don't be so quick to think of the negative side of things, because you would be amazed at how quickly everything changes, right? And that little obstacle, those minor inconveniences, could save your fucking life, right? Or could save your future, could save your sanity. So, yeah. Anyway, that's what I have for you. Namaste. I love you guys, and I'll see you later.